Okay, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome Anna to the session. Thank you very much for being here and giving your time to present to us today. Feel free to start when you're ready.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, everyone, being here. You can hear me? Checking. Good. Great. I'm gonna talk to you about lessons. I bet you all know what lesson is. But before start with this, let me tell you my affiliation here. I'm MCCC mentor assessor, and I'm working with HRD New Zealand Moodle partner. And as you know, I'm going to show you a how-to with lessons. From a pedagogical perspective, lesson module is one of the most powerful tools that Moodle provides. It can be used with many ways, from content delivery as simple resource until personalized training. Lesson activity can support scaffolding, self-directed learning, self-assessment, and formal assessment, role-playing, decision-making, scenarios-based learning, different learning styles, reflection activities, and even more that I can think of. Yes, sirs? Good to know. You're from far away. Thank you for your time. I hope it's not too late for you, sir. So, are you using lessons in Moodle? Oh dear. Anyone? Do you like lessons? No. Why? Let's see if I can change your mind and you try lessons quick enough. Okay, I think they're very interesting tools to use, and I've seen participants to enjoy them very much. Sorry, there are no differences in Moodle 2 version from 1.9. I think the main core stuff is just the same. So, uh, before tell you what a lesson, how my way of building lessons, let's see what a lesson is. Well, lesson is just sequences of pages, and these pages can be content pages or question pages. So keep in mind that lessons can support 6 types of questions: multiple choice, essay, matching, numerical, short answer, and true false. So it's a quite advanced module. But what makes a simple sequences of pages complicated are the jumps, because every page, content or question page, contains in every page you must define the next jump. The jump actually defines the learning path that someone will follow. For example, someone may start from content 1, continue to question 1, then move to content 2, and then take another question. Or someone can start from content 1, skip the question and go directly to the content. And I really, or for those who believe that they already know the stuff, they can jump directly to the question, and from question 1 directly to question 2. Or For example, someone may start from the beginning, take the first question, makes a wrong answer, and goes back to reread the stuff and retake the question. Or after a specific answer, someone may be redirected in another content page that may be linked to other question pages and then go back. And there's a lot of ways to make that trip inside the content and the question pages. So although things look usually complicated, you can actually build the lessons in just 3 steps. First of all, you have to prepare your content. Secondly, you set up a draft lesson. And finally, just fill the draft lesson with your content. Let's see step by step. Prepare your content. Keep the first tip. Often people is confused because lesson can follow different paths. Well, no matter the path you will eventually choose for your stuff, you have to organize your stuff in a sequential order, since this is the only order you can add your stuff in the system. So don't get confused by the icon of lesson that shows branches. You have to put your content in a sequence. For example, here I took some random text copy-pasted from Wikipedia that day about a bird called flame robin. So I took some stuff and split the content into pages. So I have some introductory content here about flame robin. I have here the taxonomy stuff and more detailed description and other things. So easily, I just split my content into pages. So in my Word document, I know that the 2 first paragraphs will become one lesson page. The 3rd paragraph will be another page. The 4th paragraph another, and so on. Then it's time to decide where to add the questions. For example, if I want to provide a quite self-starting style, I can add a question after every page, after every content page. So I will provide content question, and so on. This style of setting up a lesson actually is very helpful when it's about self-studying, or when I want to make a very dull and hard reading stuff more interesting. By adding the question, I'm actually adding some interaction between the system and the user. And also, like this, we can also build decision-making scenarios. For example, I provide some idea, and then depends on the user which the end of the story, which will be the end of the story. No, I'm not making Moodle pages. This is just in Word. I'm just having in my mind where I will split my content. Or I may decide to put my questions just in the end of the content. So I will provide sorry, the whole text all together, one page after the other. And then at the end, I may provide a series of questions, random or in a sequential order. I'm sorry. So, well, apologize everyone. It's quite hot in here. Hello, Sam. Yes, thank you. Thank you, sorry. Well, I'm back. Sam, all we actually, the only thing we have discussed so far is that before the first step to make a lesson is to prepare your content. So you got to do, take your stuff, take your text in a Word document and split it into pages. Think how your stuff will be split inside a lesson. So that could be by paragraphs, for example. Then the second thing you have to do is to choose what to put the questions. You can add the questions after each content page, or you can add the questions at the end. For example, if you want to make a formal assessment, you can provide the answers to the end to see how many of your content has been your students remember. Or you can add some questions to set up to sum up the most important keys of your text at the end. Then you have to actually write your questions inside your text. Like here, I decided to put a question after each page. So I wrote them down. All this just in my Word document, my OTP document. So a tip here, when you're adding questions in your text, use meaningful titles for your pages, for content and question pages. Especially, I found that it's very, very helpful for me when I'm using a sequential numbered order for question. That means question 1, question 2. All the questions in a sequential order. So this is very helpful later. It will help you to easily find your questions and easily navigate through the jumps. You will remember, try it. Another tip, when you're preparing your questions, do it well. Although questions can be pretty simple, it's worth making them complete. Consider the type of question you will use, mark the right questions, and note the feedback for the correct and wrong answer. You can see it here. My first question is a true-false question. I have an asterisk star in the true because it's the correct answer. And also I'm providing the feedback. The second question I've added, it's a question of multiple choice. I'm providing here the choices. Again, an asterisk, a star for the correct answer, and also the feedback for each answer. And then it's time to set up your draft lesson. Now we are going to actually work on Moodle. Draft lesson is nothing but the structure of a lesson. Put inside only the necessary text. Actually, no text. It's an empty lesson. But I have used the pages and the questions mirroring the structure I have in my document. Although it's empty, I have no content, I just put some X, Z, whatever, just a letter where text is required. My target though is not to fill the course, it's just to make the structure of the lesson as it is in my Word document. So when I'm setting up a draft lesson, all I'm careful with is to use real page names. For example, if my content page 1 is Flame Robin, I will use this as a title, not content 1. It's a very, it's not reflecting what the content is, and this might be later confusing. And of course, question 1 or question 2 as the order was inside in my document. A second tip, when I'm setting up the draft lesson, I'm not worrying about the jumps. I'm leaving them as they are by default. If I'm thinking to make a whole course with many lessons, it's perhaps a good idea to make a draft lesson, duplicate it or keep a backup of it, and use it again and again, make a template so you will save time. And then I'm filling up the draft lesson. Now, it's so easy because you have the structure and you have the whole content on a paper or on a document, and you just copy paste. And it will take you just 5 minutes to do that. Here, it's an example of a funny question-only lesson you will find inside this course. It's about it's Greek lesson number 1, and I'm using all the questions and I try to make a fun, interactive activity. I hope you will enjoy it. You can take a look, and you can also download it. It's free. You can use it in your courses, or the draft or the idea. Here is another example of lesson. It's been extracted from moodlebytes.com. It's the idea of making a scenario-based lesson. Actually, this lesson is part of the Moodle Course Creator Certificate process, and we have the idea when we were setting up those courses to find a guy named John. You can see John here, and John is an experienced teacher, though he is very new in Moodle. So he's facing many problems trying to make his classes from a pure face-to-face class, trying to use the blended learning methodology and approach. And he's having a lot of trouble with Moodle, so we are asking the MCCC candidates to help him in his problems. So each candidate has to answer and help John do his work. It was quite annoying guy. It's very, yeah, a lot of people don't like him at all. Another tip. Well, when filling out the lesson, make sure that the first answer you provide is always the correct answer. This is by default how the lesson is being built. So the first answer is always the correct from Moodle. This is how the lesson is made in Moodle. So keep this. It will save you a lot of time. The first answer, make it the right answer. You won't need to change the grading. You won't need to change the jump if you follow this basic rule. In order, be aware, in order to have a real student example experience, do check your lesson as a real student. Make another account, a student account, and check your lesson. Especially if you have used complicated jumps and you want things people to check again and again and go back and see that, and check it as a student. Do not rely in the example of in what you see when you're changing your own. Make a real student account. It doesn't work, especially if you using if you're using classes inside Moodle. Classes is a feature that Moodle has, and when you put all question pages inside a cluster, you actually make the questions to be displayed in another order. So don't forget to check your lesson as a real student. That was it, actually. All you guys do to make great lessons, funny, interesting, is to prepare your content. Split your content in a document, split your content into pages, add the questions where they should be added, and then prepare on Moodle a draft, mirroring the structure of your document. And then just copy paste for the draft. It's so easy. And that's it for me. I hope you will enjoy the examples provided inside this course. Do check it. You can also take the backups provided. I've pre-set up some draft lessons We can simply download it, upload it, restore in your stuff, in your site, and play with it. You're welcome, Leo. I hope you find it interesting. And I'm here if you want anything to ask. I'll be glad to hear from you, Leo, and everyone who's want to try, take a look. In the previous session, some colleagues thought, yes, I do. My Twitter account. This is my Twitter ID. Yes, Mary, I was just telling this. In the previous session, Teresa asked if this presentation is available so she can adopt on it and use it with some of her stuff. Please go ahead, take it. If you think it might be helpful for you. It's in ODP format, so you can take it from LibreOffice or OpenOffice, but yes, it's free, and actually it's Creative Commons released. So that was it for me. I don't know if you want to ask something about lessons. I can share some gossips here. Lesson modules. Lesson as a module is a bit is still a bit baggy in some because it has too many settings. But do not be afraid of using it. You can easily keep the basic settings as they are, and or make some basic changes, and still you can make it work. Yes, sorry, I wrote all the scenarios courses, all the scenario lessons we have in Moodle Bytes, which are part of the MCCC process. And actually, at that time, I standardized the process of writing lessons, preparing material for lessons. And so I had in mind, I had a piece of paper writing down the whole text, and then I was thinking where and what should I ask. Keep in mind that in the Moodle Bytes example that you will see, because it's for a formal assessment, we don't allow retries or reviews. Both correct and wrong answers would lead you to another page. So you will just see your grade getting smaller and smaller if you do about a wrong answer. Still is the same. If you make the scenario and then you write down the questions, still you can do it. Cool. Go get some rest, Liam. It's too late for you, indeed. Thanks for being here. Feel free also to contact me through the forum available in here, or You can easily find me on Twitter or whatever.
Hi Anna, it's
You're
Shane
welcome.
here.
Hello,
Just wanted to
say.
jump in. I came in a bit late, but caught most of your session. But I just wanted to say on behalf of the iMoot team, just thank you for taking the time out and sharing with us today. Very much appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. I really enjoy iMoot, and I think we all learn a lot from this conference. Uh, you think it's time to close it. Thank you everyone for being here.